Hi, I am your host, Paul Michaels, and this is our first podcast of Nerdsupernova. Welcome my co-host.
I'm Kieran McDermott, KJ to everybody, because it's easier to pronounce and easier to spell.
We just call him KJ.
Yep, we call me KJ.
Anyway, on our first podcast, we're going to be basically talking about all comic book movies, comics in general, television, all aspects of multimedia.
Pretty much everything nerdy.
Exactly. Well, dealing with mostly superheroes, but if we want to get another nerd-type topics, we more than can. So let's go on our first discussion for the night. Deadpool, the film.
Which I'm thoroughly excited for, which everybody else on the internet in the world should be excited for, because Deadpool is awesome.
Yes, indeed. For those of you who don't know at home, my favorite comic book character is Batman. KJ's is Deadpool.
Yeah, everybody always just tells me I am pretty much Deadpool in real life. I do what I want when I want, and nary the consequence, whatever.
Except for the healing factor, the horribly burned face, the
True,
killing.
I'm very pretty. I don't have the horribly burned face. I'm very pretty. And for the healing factor, I've got hospitals, healthcare. Yay!
Okay, so as you know, KJ, I'm still currently in the midst of reading so much Deadpool, but you know the character very well. As a Deadpool fan, what are you looking forward to most to seeing in a, let's say, modestly budget Deadpool movie? Like, what are your expectations going in?
First off the bat, I would like to see a Deadpool that's not Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
Well,
which I'm
yes.
pretty sure everybody is in agreement on that one. Like, straight off the bat, like, number one. I feel like Ryan Reynolds will do the character justice because he is a fan of the character, so therefore he wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't going to be good. But I feel like with DC being wicked dark, Marvel being super comedic all the time, we need the character who's the right middle ground, where Deadpool is the right mixture of being like really serious, kind of bloody, gory, like fight action sequences, but still being comedic at the same time, where we need like a solid storyline that is still kind of twisted and dark, but still has the light edge to it. The right middle ground.
Yeah, like the main thing, and I think most hardcore fans obviously know this, but this is a huge topic we need to talk about. The big and greatest thing about this movie right now that we know going in is that it's a hard rated R movie.
It's going to be the first Marvel hard R.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, now granted, you have examples like Kingsman or Kick-Ass or even Watchmen, which are very good rated R comic book movies, but really...
the Blade movies, too, were Marvel, but they were bloody gore, but I don't think they were rated R still.
Yeah, no, well, I don't know. I think the first Blade is rated R. I'd have to double-check that, but I'm pretty sure both of them... I've seen Blade, too, and that is a bloody movie.
It's bloody and everything, but, like, I don't... Even, like, well... I always wanted like the Wolverine movies to be like rated R.
Wolverine, but Wolverine is so popular that he's like.
Yeah, but still, you stab somebody in the chest and there's no blood.
I feel if we were at this point in movies back in like the 70s and 80s, we would have gotten a rated R Wolverine movie. But I just feel that he's just so well loved by like children now as well as adults that we're never going to get that hard R Wolverine movie. But that's the thing. So if Deadpool is successful,
after Hugh Jackman leaves.
I don't know. I love him so much as Wolverine. That'd be kind of. I want him to just be in that fucking costume before he leaves.
He's already talking about how he's gonna be leaving soon.
I know. I'm just saying I want him to be in that costume before he leaves. They had a deleted scene in The Wolverine which they cut out,
yellow,
which was
blue
cool.
Or the yellow.
No,
brown?
more the brown one, because brown one makes more sense. I don't think you could do the yellow and blue and have it look not hilarious. I mean, it works on a cartoon, but it's a lot harder, I think. But back to Deadpool. So. Yeah. Deadpool needs to be rated R. I mean, I've seen Deadpool done for children and whatnot. Like, there was a version of him, I think, on the Ultimate Spider-Man show that was like very childish Deadpool, and it worked. But for fans, especially of the comics, you have to have him be rated R just because of how like crazy he is in general.
Deadpool is like a reality TV show host, whereas like everybody else is like the contestants on his reality TV show. He knows that there's an audience, and he's always making the jokes to him. But, like, that's how he makes fun of them as he's beating them up. Like, even worse than Spider-Man. Yeah, sure, Spider-Man, like, throws some quips out there, and, like, he makes some jokes, like, oh, nice horn, like, did your mother make it for you? Like, like stupid shit. But Deadpool will honestly be making fun of you as he sticks a sword through your gut.
Yeah.
Like that's who he is.
The more I've read Deadpool, he basically is like a more adult R-rated version of Spider-Man who kills and is a hired assassin.
Can we
basically.
talk about the real factor about like a rated R Deadpool movie is boobs.
Boobs?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh come on.
Yeah.
Deadpool, you can't have a Deadpool without him being like, "Oh my god, you're fine." Like, "What's up, sexy?"
For those of you who don't know at home, Deadpool is always making sexual jokes, always going after the ladies in his comics, so it would make sense that he's going to...
He has to.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying, in the movie, I feel like that's
But
going to be...
seriously, if you were a superpower with all these superpowers, you see a sexy lady come by, you'd automatically be like, "Oh, what's up,
Yeah.
honey? How you doing? I got superpowers."
I personally don't know much about his love interest in the comics. I don't know what they're doing necessarily with the whole, like, love thing on the side there, because obviously he's doing it for, like, a woman that he
Comic
loves.
book love interest aside, they aren't going to go into the whole him and death in the first movie,
Oh,
obviously.
no, well, they technically can't really even do that, but...
They're not going to do that in the first movie. It's just going to be him hitting on sexy ladies.
Yeah, again, people who don't know at home, in the Marvel comics, him and the Marvel incarnation of the Spirit of Death have a relationship that goes on, and it actually includes even Thanos, because Thanos is in love with Death.
It's going into so many different storylines and in-depth.
Anyway, that's not going to be in the movie, but okay.
The movie's not going to touch on any of that. It's mainly just going to be whatever they want to do, the origin of Deadpool, which, from the trailer, looks adequate enough.
It looks good. I mean,
Yeah,
everyone's been pretty positive about the trailer so far.
The movies always kind of like skim the surface of the
comics.
origins.
Yeah, I mean,
like they can't go as in depth because people don't have 4 hours for a Deadpool movie to be like adequate justice.
all right. So let's stay just for fun here on the way movies could be. If let's say Deadpool is I don't want to even say huge success. Let's just say it's even just a solid, moderate success. How do you see that affecting future comic book movies down the line? Being
number one would be that they can do superhero movies aimed towards adults. Deadpool is an adult superhero movie where mainly Deadpool swears. He makes fun of people. He's very adult. The whole sexy ladies.
Blood, sex.
Yeah. All of that is much more aimed toward like an adult audience, which now, if it becomes a success, they now know that like superhero movies can be aimed towards an adult audience, not always towards kids. So therefore, they can actually start making more adult storylines for superhero movies, which everybody nowadays, all of my friends, our friends, everybody, we grew up with these superheroes. We want to see much more adult stuff instead of just pandering to little kids to sell action figures.
Yeah.
Like, we want to see stuff that actually is like storylines and movies that we want to see that has more than just like stupid jokes and like action sequences.
Now,
sure, action sequences are great, but I want a storyline to go with it.
Well, the thing is too, like, I mean, because you know me, I was a movie fan first, and then I got into comics pretty much. But I still very much like research movies, especially like the backgrounds and stuff. The good thing with this Deadpool thing is it's been around for a while. The test footage that got leaked and everything had been around for a while. But mainly the script, even the script of the movie was out for a while, even got leaked online. And the good thing is, if hopefully someone who is smart at Fox, at least I hope so. Like, all they had to do was tell them, like, no, everyone's already seen the script already. Everyone's already approved of it. Like, everyone's...
Well, I heard rumors that they've already greenlit the sequel.
Oh, yeah, well, no.
Before the movie's been released.
Well, what happened was when Fantastic Four bombed as bad as it did, I
heard that rumor where they moved the spot for, like, the Fantastic Four sequel, and they
put in Deadpool
one.
Yeah.
I heard a different one because now that they already greenlit a Fantastic Four sequel.
I don't know why, but
I've also heard that they've still greenlit a Deadpool sequel already.
Fantastic.
Because the test screenings for the Deadpool movie was so well, like it was so well received that they were just like, oh, this is money. Like,
yeah. Well, the good thing is that everything has been pretty much positive. Like,
can we also talk about how Ryan Reynolds stole one of the Deadpool suits? He stole the costume.
Yes.
He stole one of the costumes.
Well, why not?
Also, oh, that's so Deadpool though. Like, just being like, oh, I look sexy in this. I'm gonna keep one. Like, boom. Like that's why I love that he actually is the character. A lot of people don't like Ryan Reynolds as like an actor.
I don't mind him. I think he's fun.
Fits perfectly. Like Van Wilder.
Van Wilder's funny. It's a funny
Deadpool
movie.
in college. Like, Then he just graduates and gets superpowers.
No, the thing is, I've seen him in more serious stuff, and he is a good actor. But
well, he did like the Amityville horror remake.
I haven't seen that. But what I do know about Ryan Reynolds is that he does have range, but he's best when he's a smartass. And what's a bigger smartass than Deadpool? Yeah, you can't really name it. All right. So either way, you and I are both excited for Deadpool, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can't wait for it. It's only a few months away.
More on the Deadpool as this progresses.
All right.
Next topic.
Next topic is Batman versus Superman. Now, obviously, okay, this is the thing too. So why we're both co-hosts on this is that I am more of a DC fan, DC Comics, and you are
so much more Marvel.
Yes. But you and I both have mutual love for both other companies.
I can respect DC. I mean,
yeah. And I honestly respect Marvel, obviously. But either way, right now, the main thing about this...
I'm still excited for everything DC. Like, this movie seems like an amazing blockbuster already.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone was hesitant with Batfleck.
I was too.
I
was too.
Was,
I'm a huge Batman fan, and
once I started seeing some stuff, I was like, all right, I'll wait to see, because he's a big nerd too.
He is actually,
and,
yeah.
Kevin Smith and everybody,
Yeah, this is the thing. For people who don't know, well, obviously some people may not know this. So the filmmaker Kevin Smith obviously worked with Ben Affleck before he got really, really huge. But both him and Kevin Smith, Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith are huge comic book nerds. Like, they love comic books, and especially they like Daredevil and whatnot. And
just look at Mallrats.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kevin Smith is pretty much half the reason that Ben Affleck did Daredevil, because he didn't think there would be another Batman film and he would ever get that part.
Daredevil, Ben Affleck's audition tape for Batman.
Yeah, Batfleck Begins, as people make jokes about. But yeah, honestly, that's all I thought about the minute his announcement happened of him being cast, and I just lost my mind.
Well, no, everybody did. The whole internet was all up in arms. But then, after a while, you think about it, and I'm sorry, I was not a fan of Ben Affleck when he first started out, but then he is growing as an actor and as an director.
Yeah, well, the thing
Argo, I loved Argo.
No. See, the thing was, and this is what everyone else has said. Honestly, Daredevil thoughts immediately came to our heads, but we respected, Ben had already, redeemed himself. We already respected him, already more as a writer and a director.
Yeah.
But everyone agreed acting was probably, his least formidable talent. And, so when he was announced as Batman, for a lot of people, me included, their favorite superhero ever, we just lost their minds.
The thing with me is, with Batman, there has to be the distinction between Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah.
They're to me, sure, they're the same person, but they're two different characters.
Yeah, well, the difference is, or at least in the modern interpretation, this is how I see it. The big difference is that, Superman and Clark Kent is actually the main personality. A lot of people would consider Superman just Clark Kent in the outfit, pretty much. But with Batman,
Superman's alter ego is Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Whereas Batman
is Bruce Wayne is the real mask. Batman is the guy. I mean, I could go more into it about there being the three personalities that I can go into, but that'd be another podcast entirely. But we'll talk about that later. But main point being is that I'm excited now. I've seen the new trailers. Honestly, here's the thing though. And I want to go way back here because we were talking about Watchmen earlier. That is by far one of my favorite comic book movies ever. Period. That is what made me respect Zack Snyder. Now, don't get me wrong, he is not a perfect filmmaker. Guardians of Ga'Hoole is not a good film by any means. Sucker Punch is a fun cult movie.
I hated Sucker Punch.
I do not mind Sucker Punch, but it's not. I can understand why some people obviously hate it.
To it, and somebody paid my movie ticket because I said I didn't want to see it. And I was like, I will not see this. I'm not going to pay for this.
But honestly,
bought me a ticket, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, and I totally understand. And I didn't overly love 300. I didn't like his remake of Dawn of the Dead. But when I saw Watchmen, I said
Dawn of the Dead wasn't bad. It was just too updated.
Yeah, I don't know. But the point being is that when I saw Watchmen,
Watchmen was glorious.
Yeah, my respect for him changed, and that's what I think is so good about Zack is that, say what you want about him as a filmmaker, he is a comic book fan. He gets the material. I think there's a segment where there's a scene where Night Owl is leaving the garage headquarters of the old Night Owl, and he's leaving, and he goes by, and as he leaves, there's a sign for like the garage or whatever, like a small little advertisement on the fence that was in the graphic novel. And there was a conversation. The studio asked Zach, "Why does that sign need to be in this scene?" And he's like, "Because it was in the graphic novel."
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I love Zach when it comes to this stuff, and that's the only reason. That's what I will defend this movie.
That's my side topic. I'll be really quick. That's my big thing about Walking Dead. Is like the first episode was so glorious because they took everything straight from the comic book, and then it just it kept getting.
I've only seen the first episode of Walking Dead. Yeah,
so, like the first episode was like they took entire panels from it, where that's where you know like it's great when they actually take directly from the source material and actually make it perfect and glorious, and then it's like, oh, then once you get popular, let's just fucking.
And that's why Sin City is so great. But that's okay. We're getting off topic. Basically, but Batman v Superman basically being, like at least from a visionary standpoint, I didn't see it being a bad film. Now, granted, and you know this as well. A lot of people were mixed on the film. I myself, I loved Man of Steel, but where I did agree with the criticisms was that maybe it was a little bit too downbeat, and two being that the dialogue could have been better in many, many places. Now, I think David Goyer is not an amazing screenwriter. I think basically in more point he is better at building a good story format or a good story structure. And so that's basically what happened to him in this new role. Basically, when Ben Affleck came on, he's like, "I'm going to get my writer from Argo and have him look over the script that you
actually like write stuff better."
Yeah. Now the story is, I think, by wait, what?
No, I'm making fun of myself.
Okay, but pretty much Goyer and Snyder came up with a cool story, and I think Goyer had already written out a script at some point. And so basically, when the Argo writer came on, Chris Terrio, they had him basically just rewrite the script. And from what I've heard, everyone who's read the script has said it's great. Now, I mean, they always do that.
Like Argo, I liked Argo, so if they got the writer from Argo to like help out, like, all right.
Yeah, but
honestly, my main concern on it isn't even Batman or Superman. Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay.
He's got big boots to fill.
Okay, no.
Big boots to fill.
To be fair. Yes, on one hand, you got Gene Hackman, and then you've got Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey! That movie was not good. Kevin Spacey was my favorite part about that movie.
Fair.
Kevin Spacey.
Even wrong! Like,
I don't care! Oh my god, he was so good.
No, okay, man.
Kevin Spacey's like amazing in like everything he does.
Yeah.
And him as Lex Luthor, well, I wish that he was doing that performance for this movie, because I would pre-order tickets now if I could. Okay, so no, granted, I was thrown off too by Jesse Eisenberg, but honestly, this is how I feel at this point, because I mean, again, this is the example everyone brings up, but I
Heath
don't want it
Ledger.
to be too comedic. No, like in the trailer, they're doing him being like the comedic voice, and it's like.
Honestly, no. I mean, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think they're going to go a comedic route. He's even said in many interviews that is not what we're doing. Here's how I see it, though. This is my point of view. I've read many different interpretations.
Have, like, the jokes and everything, but you could tell that he was like a businessman. He was like a very serious man who had like had a couple quips here and there. But
the thing is, and this is me being the DC side here. I have read so many different interpretations of Superman.
You have read much more than I have.
Yeah, and much more interpretations of Lex. Now, granted, my favorite interpretation of Lex isn't even in the films. It's in the animated series where he's basically.
The DC animated universe is perfect.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when I look for basically perfect examples of the characters, I go back to that consistently. But that being said, that version of Lex is my favorite, where he's both the businessman and the super scientist. Yeah. This Lex is basically a evil. Well, he looks pretty much like an evil version of Mark Zuckerberg / like Steve Jobs type that's just gone basically mad. Now,
because Eisenberg's never played Zuckerberg.
I know. Well, no, but this is the thing, though. This is what I think their angle is going to be. My personal opinion. I don't know how it's going to play out. I hope for the best, but I think basically is that you're not meant to take him to be intimidating. I mean, this is my interpretation from the newest trailer, which was.
I've heard he's kind of like a puppet master.
Basically, but what
pitting them against each other.
What I think is going to happen is you're going to meet him and you're going to think that he's sort of just this wily nerd who has a lot of money and is just a prick, but then you're going to learn that he really is just a sadistic, like, motherfucker. Like, that's basically what you're going to do. Like, I mean, he's going to have all these weird little suits. I honestly, this is what I see happening in the film. I'm not trying to predict anything, but I honestly, because remember, the first picture they released of Lex Luthor was not what we see him as the trailer. It was him with the bald.
I was gonna bring it up.
Yeah,
like we see him in the trailer with the hair.
Yeah.
And Lex Luthor is bald, either that or like wig bald, and like I don't know.
I think what's going to happen is I think Superman is going to obviously affect him with either kryptonite or whatever, and he's going to lose his hair.
Or if they go straight to the comic books and he gets radiation poisoning from the kryptonite.
Yeah, that's what everyone's already.
Go around the kryptonite too much.
But that's the Superman effect, right? You know, that's what's going to happen. Everyone's already talked about that. But I think too, like he's going to meet Bruce Wayne at some sort of like business conference or gala, because there's always a fucking gala in these fucking movies. Always. And Bruce Wayne's going to be like, That's a nice ensemble, because you've seen every suit that he's worn in the trailers or promo images. They don't look like suits. They look like, I got out of the shirt and I have a nice vest on, but they don't look business oriented. They look like. Well,
it's also because the trailers probably show you all the scenes from them talking to each other.
Well, yeah.
Instead of like the boring scenes where he's talking in a business meeting.
Well, what I'm saying is that I think
business meetings do not sell movies.
I think Bruce Wayne is going to insult his attire at some point in the film. I think that's what's going to happen. And so I think what's going to happen is by the end of the movie, he's going to come out of the doors or something after like Superman and Batman have, done whatever and messed him up.
Either that or maybe he stays casual through the whole movie and then towards the end he decides to like grow up a bit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's going to happen.
On a suit.
That's what I'm saying.
I need to take this shit seriously.
Like after they fuck with him, they're gonna reveal him. He's gonna pay it off all because that's what Luthor does.
Montage where he opens the door from the dressing room and just like comes out all serious face and like the nice suit and tie and like
let's get started or something like that.
Destroy him.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think will really happen, and that's what I think is going to be. I think basically what they're doing is they're not going to give us exactly what we're going to expect. They're going to be building towards that. But overall, the film, the newest trailer, Kevin Smith said a quote that I think is perfectly sums up the new Batman versus Superman trailer. This is the one with all of the where Lex is yelling God versus man, day versus night, all that happening. Kevin Smith said in a quote, "This trailer was so good, I would let it fuck my wife as I watched." That was basically my thoughts watching the trailer after the fifth or sixth time. But that's pretty.
Kevin Smith is a cuckold. Good to know.
But no, that is basically the best way that I can explain that trailer is watching that and being a DC fanboy. That trailer.
Going back to our earlier topic, the Deadpool trailer, I would love to see.
Oh yeah, and you were losing your mind, right?
I would have chimichangas on the side with some tequila.
Yeah, you lost your mind on the Deadpool trailer. It's so great. Honestly, though, I think 2016 is going to be a great year for comic book films. This last year,
decade. Well, hopefully, if it lasts another decade.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Doesn't fizzle out.
But this last year, this year 2015 wasn't terrible. But between Ultron and Ant-Man, it was okay.
Wasn't that great?
It was okay. It was all right. But
it was acceptable. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't. I'm sorry, Avengers 2 was not as good as Avengers 1. Everybody says it.
Yeah.
A lot of us were expecting it not to be.
The best.
Whatever.
Yeah, but the best review that I think that I talked to you about, and I think you agreed, was basically just what happened was everyone went in expecting Empire Strikes Back, when in essence what it really was just
Episode 2.
No. It was A New Hope Part 2.
Some good scenes, but the rest of it was shit.
No, come on, it wasn't that bad. It is basically the best comic book movie filler that has been made.
It was filler, yeah.
It was
filler,
good.
I will agree, filler.
It was very entertaining filler.
And I'm even still pro Marvel, and I'm saying, yeah, it was filler.
But we're talking.
If you didn't understand that it was filler going into it, then you
yeah.
don't understand what they're building towards.
All right, but we're talking Batman v Superman. Yeah, let's get back on topic. So but basically, I think
the costumes look amazing.
Oh, and
the costumes look fucking tastic.
We're gonna go on a tangent on costumes, but you and I talked about this months and months ago. Because when the Spider-Man costume came out, not the Civil War,
Spider-Man?
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume came out, and it was pretty much perfect.
I liked it. I loved it. But
the best thing of the movie.
The thing that I hated is I read an article in
and the
some
guy
magazine talking to an interview with the costume designer. They're just talking about all the different the new stuff. They updated the costume with this new stuff to it, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know why he wears a belt," and I was just like, "Oh my god, are you serious?" Yeah. Spider-Man wearing a belt? it's pretty much like a Batman utility belt, but it really isn't. He's got like the spider tracers, he's got like the camera like built into his belt buckle, the extra web cartridges like in his belt. Like, did you even pick up a comic book to see why Spider-Man has a belt? Oh, I don't know why he has a belt. Like, oh, give me a break.
So that's, and I knew you would exactly reiterate that exact conversation. Well, I said that because they've done many interviews with the costume designer on Batman v Superman, and guess what he said? The exact opposite of what you just said. Basically,
the Bat belt.
Oh, I know.
Is like so much more well known.
No. But he just basically said
they're talking about like, oh, why does Superman have a belt? Like, no.
He was like, no, I was given the project and I wanted to do justice to everything, so I just immersed myself in the history and looked through all the great examples of the costumes, and then he made the. And I mean, honestly, like
Batman's gotta have the utility belt.
Yeah.
Like any character who needs a utility belt is Batman.
But
he's like shark repellent spray. Come on.
They've been displaying the costumes at San Diego Comic-Con, at New York Comic-Con, and every time I see the costumes just displayed there, it's like touching almost like it's like a Zack Snyder, Alex Ross painting. That's the best way. That's the best way that I can explain it.
Great.
Yeah.
I like it that it doesn't like the Batman Begins one looked like armor.
Yeah.
Whereas this one doesn't look like body armor.
Well,
you can tell that like maybe there's like something underneath the costume, maybe, but it doesn't look like he's walking out there in like street punk.
Well, the thing is too, and I mean, even the costume designer admitted to this, and everyone who really knows the project knows this too. Zack Snyder's a huge fan of Dark Knight Returns, and basically he's just like, no, Batman needs to be a huge, intimidating presence. Ben Affleck is in actual fact bigger than Henry Cavill, just because he's just a giant guy. But it makes sense too, even within the story, because he's supposed to be like the world's like best intimidating human to face on the alien basically aspect. But either way,
that's why everybody loves him, is because he's still a human.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you know how I am about Batman and Superman.
Loves Batman because he doesn't really have superpowers. He's just like a dude who builds himself up to become a superhero.
Pretty much.
He's I wouldn't say a regular guy because he's got the billions of dollars.
Well, he's got billions of dollars, but he's also like a genius intellect.
He's a human.
Yeah.
Who made himself strong enough, smart enough to be a superhero.
Yeah.
As opposed to Tony Stark, Tony Stark.
Well, the thing is, the difference between Batman and Iron Man, and what I can't iterate this enough.
Iron Man is so much more pompous.
Oh, he's not. It's not just that. It's like Iron Man is always solving only really like his own problems.
So he's a douche.
Batman tries to solve everything. Like
Batman
that's basically.
To do it, it's also Tony Stark is out in the public eye, whereas Batman is still a mystery.
That's true, and
so it's like Batman's doing it without
Batman
gain.
Yeah, Batman does primarily stay to Gotham while doing stuff with Justice League, but primarily I've always loved Batman more. Yeah. All right, we're going off topic here.
Sorry, that was me.
All right. Well, anyway, but other costumes, Wonder Woman looks great, I thought, and I think the Superman costume looks good and updated.
I still haven't seen anything on Cyborg. They said that apparently.
No. So
rumors where Cyborg is going to make an appearance or something in it.
So what I know from is because
I find that will be tricky.
Well, the thing is,
trying to keep it kind of realistic. Cyborg is not that realistic.
Okay. Look.
Depends on how they do it.
Honestly, and from what I've seen from the trailer and from what I know they're going to do, I mean, they're doing Wonder Woman. The realism is going to go out the window. Let's be honest about that right now.
They do Wonder Woman.
But okay, honestly,
that means they have to explain her.
Honestly, this is how I kind of see it. The way I see the new DC Cinematic Universe is I'm seeing it kind of like the Game of Thrones universe, and I mean this only in the sense of
dragons.
That'd be awesome, but no, but basically in the Game of Thrones universe is that there was magic in the world, and then there wasn't for a very long time, and then once the dragons came back, the magic came back with it.
Okay.
So I think with Superman being sort of this beacon and coming back, he's going to be
other
bringing
people come out of the woodwork more or less.
Exactly. Batman comes out of being retired. Wonder Woman's going to show up, and even in the Suicide Squad trailer, which we're going to talk about next, pretty much is that
I've only really seen like a couple of the trailers.
No, but the first thing that Amanda Waller says is that Superman is acting as sort of like a beacon for all these people to come out of the woodwork, and she's not just talking about the good guys; she's talking about the bad guys too, and that means everything, all types of magic. And that's honestly the biggest difference between DC and Marvel, which I've always said.
Can you imagine Lobo in a movie?
Oh, well, they need to do Lobo at some point, definitely. That's who I kind of wanted Jason Momoa to play.
People coming out of the woodwork, that would be great.
Yeah, Jason Momoa will be a cool Aquaman, though. But anyway, what was it, though? So, basically DC Universe... Well, First off, Marvel Universe, and Kevin Smith has said this several times, basically that it's basically a universe of mad science, or at least the primary main Marvel universe.
That's the majority of Marvel characters.
Yeah, it's all mad science, basically.
Instead of magic and aliens, they went through science.
But that's what the thing is.
And mutation and science and weird experiments.
The DC universe, on the other hand, I've always considered just more mythical. Like, everything is based off myths.
Science and aliens.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
science and aliens.
Well, science, aliens, gods, magic, but it's all based in some pre-existing something that happened before. Like Batman is the self-made man. Well,
that's why everybody loves Batman. Marvel and DC alike. Everybody loves Batman.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, granted. If we're going by Marvel side too, I don't think I've met one person that doesn't at least aspects of Spider-Man.
Who hates Batman?
Yeah,
unless you were like a hardcore avid Joker fan, which even I too am like a hardcore avid Joker fan. I still respect Batman. Even the Joker himself loves Batman.
And like I said, as far as Marvel goes, I don't think I've met many people that don't like Spider-Man, or they like certain aspects of him or certain runs of him.
Which version?
Well, I mean, if we're going, I wouldn't say the main continuity 616 version at this point, but that's a whole different topic. So Batman v Superman, we're both excited for the movies. As far as I know, it is more or less like a Justice League prequel because the next movie they're going into is Justice League. This is what I know.
Well,
Wonder Woman.
Isn't it Dawn of Justice?
Yeah, Dawn of Justice, exactly. So what I'm saying is I think Wonder Woman is obviously going to be in the film. As far as I know, Cyborg, a.k.a. Victor Stone, will probably make an appearance in a football game because he was a football athlete. So we're probably going to see him, but he's not going to play a major role. He's going to cameo, more or less.
But they've said that he's supposed to be in it, so therefore
in a cameo.
I'm hoping it's not a cameo. I'm hoping it's actually.
I honestly feel the first Justice League movie is going to just cover all of their origins that weren't covered in the Batman Superman, and then Justice League Part 2 is going to be all of them doing stuff. I mean, that's my theory, but I think Flash is going to make some sort of cameo, maybe saving somebody. I don't know.
Well,
that's entirely.
Flash from the TV show too.
Oh yes. Well, see, this is okay. We'll get into that in a second. And then there's basically Aquaman, who it's rumored that he's being kept under LexCorp tech, basically. Like he's going to be in some sort of like a tank or something, and Batman's going to find him or something, or going to maybe, or just see him on like surveillance or something like that, and maybe make a plane to break him out later.
Yeah, that would be shitty if he just like walks past him in a
hallway. No, not a hallway. I'm talking
like looks at him and just like, oh, they've got a merman. Okay.
No, I'm talking like he'll see him on a footage or something, like when he breaks into like LexCorp files or something, and then makes a note to get him out later. At least that's what I assume Batman would do. But so
like Gambit next to, it's like, oh, I'm just looking through files. Oh, there's Remy. Oh, okay, we're gonna keep going.
So last thing before we go on further to the next topic.
Sure.
So you mentioned a different Flash. Yes, this is what I think. This is what I think DC should do. They've already talked in many conferences that the DC TV universe and the DC movies are not in the same universe. They're separate.
Which I think is a fail.
No. See, I'm the opposite effect. I think it's fine because it allows writers to go in both directions and do whatever they want with those characters and those universes. What I have said and what they should do, especially if they want to get the jump on Marvel, is that they don't do one universe, they do one multiverse. They basically say that, that's that universe, and the movies are their universe, but that doesn't mean they're not going to see each other one day.
Most people would hate that, though.
No, they wouldn't. Well, look, I am telling you as a DC fan, they would not, and I will tell you why. I will tell you why.
Marvel fan,
that's great.
I'm excited for Daredevil to appear in a movie, or even get referenced, or like pop up. Like all the other the TV shows, like the Netflix stuff that they're planning on doing, Marvel doing Jessica Jones.
And I'm not
Iron Fist and like doing Power Man and like all the other
No, buddy. I know what I'm telling you is
incorporate it all.
And that's fine.
Fantastic.
And that's fine. And I'm also excited for all the DC characters joining the rest of the Justice League. It's going to be different versions, though. That's what I'm saying. It's going to still happen. It's just not going to happen from the TV standpoint. All I'm saying to you is they're going to do the multiverse. And I'll tell you why DC fans are going to be on
Green Arrow?
No, they're going to have a Green Arrow. It's just not going to be Stephen Amell Green Arrow. I mean, here's what I'm saying to you, is that the DC fans will love the multiverse effect because, for one, and this is what I definitely agree on.
Look we got 2 Quicksilvers already. So.
Let's not get on that right now. But the basic point is that this is my personal opinion, but I've always felt the DC universe. I feel like the DC universe utilizes the multiverse effect a lot more than Marvel does. Marvel does, obviously,
They
but
need
they
a lot more excuses to rewrite their characters. Oh! I'm just joking.
you just get bust my balls. Well,
Sorry.
no,
I had to throw it out.
well, Marvel uses the multiverse
Oh,
effect.
they do all the time too.
They do all the time too, but they use it as more of
How many
like they
Spider-Mans do we have?
make more of an event about it, huh? How many
Spider-Mans do we have?
I don't know.
right
I've
now?
lost count, but I think it would be better for DC fans. I mean, the only problem is they haven't announced it. They haven't done that multiverse, and I think they honestly should, because I think people would DC fans would be on board for it.
Yeah.
Because not only that, it opens up the idea of even a better Crisis on Infinite Earths movie way down the line when they want to do that, and I think that would be like as the phrase would be baller. Okay, next.
Do you think they would ever go into that though for a movie? Do you think well, okay.
I mean, it would be a big film.
Okay.
Especially if doing it down the line, it probably could be a two-part
down the
movie.
line, sure.
It could definitely be a two-part movie. They wanted to. Okay, so next topic, we got to get this said, because obviously right after Batman v Superman,
Suicide Squad.
All right.
So,
I'll let you open with your thoughts on it.
I have a lot of mixed
feelings about it.
Suicide Squad there.
Okay.
The biggest one that everyone will hate me for is not even the fact of Jared Leto being Joker. Like, that I can overlook because every Joker that's come out has been a different Joker. Harley Quinn.
Do you not like Margaret Robbie?
I like her as an actress. The costumes, the pictures I have seen of her, she looks like she's trailer trash.
Okay. No.
Sorry. Like, from the pictures, obviously, I have not seen the movie yet. I don't know her performance. I don't know her characterization. This is all aside.
Okay.
Just in the pictures, she looks like she's trailer trash who like just showed up in like her tank top, her like booty shorts with a baseball bat.
Okay.
It was like, all right, cool, like whatever, like.
I'm gonna say a few things because.
Oh, you're gonna shoot me down right away.
No, I'm not gonna shoot you down.
You know how I like Batman. No. You know how I like the Joker. Now you know how
I know you love Harley Quinn. No,
Harley Quinn is such like a pinnacle character, which like she's supposed to be intelligent. She's supposed to be like a great character, like a great sidekick for the Joker who is able to like keep up with him, be as maniacal and smart as him, but. What I've seen from like the trailer and what I've seen from the pictures, to me she just looks like, oh, Billy Joe, what you do today? Like, oh, I'm gonna show up here in my pigtails. Like,
all right. So, I'm gonna reiterate because there's some points that I do agree with you on, but other ones that I want to go into more into. So basically,
like I still said, like. I have not seen the performance yet. Maybe she's completely opposite.
It's hard.
Maybe she's a brainiac who just dresses like that. Like, but from the pictures, though, I'm just like,
okay,
where's the iconic Harley Quinn that I saw from the Batman animated?
I'm just gonna stop you before you go on a ramble here. Basically, what I want to get to is as a DC fan, I'm going to tell you my approach to Suicide Squad.
Sure.
So. I barely read the actual Suicide Squad comics. They're only just now like republishing the huge. Well, there is the New 52 run, which I haven't even touched, but there is the original 80s run, which is the whole reason why they're even having a Suicide Squad movie in the first place. They've only like had like the first volume as of right now. The first volume's only out, and then they're going to have a bunch of others that they're coming out with because the movie's coming out, so they want to get the material out there for people to read.
Make money.
But yeah, so I don't know a huge lot about Suicide Squad apart from stuff that was referenced in the Justice League TV show as well as like the Arrow and whatnot. But basically, seeing everything about Batman v Superman and being like, oh my man, this looks amazing! I can't wait to see this. Like, I'm totally on board the Ben Affleck train now. Like, totally on board. I'm hearing all this stuff about Suicide Squad happening. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I can't believe they're doing Suicide Squad. That's awesome. That's great. So excited. And then they released that picture with the whole squad, dressed up and posing. And my first thought...
To be honest, half of them, well, not even half of them, like a couple of them, I did not know who they were.
Okay, no, but to be fair, and that's fine, because not even I knew who all of them were.
I think Killer Croc looks awesome for being realistic Killer Croc.
Yeah, I think he looks fine. But I want to state, even I didn't know all the characters, because part of the thing of Suicide Squad is that people have to die. And so they have to use one-off characters that no one really cares about. And I'm pretty sure people are already guessing which characters are going to die in this movie. But
is there a death pool? We should make like a death pool. Come on.
A Deadpool. All right.
Start making bets.
Calm down.
Making bets who you think it's gonna be.
So, seeing that picture, the only thing I even slightly even agreed with, maybe apart from Killer Croc, was maybe Deadshot and maybe Harley Quinn. And I'll stay on Harley Quinn because I love Margaret Robbie. I mean, she was fucking beautiful in the whole time in Wolf of Wall Street, and she was a good actress.
I'm not saying anything against
but I'm saying my opinion as her as an actress first, and then I'm going to talk about the look. So the look is, I'm not a huge fan of the look, but at the same time, DC is also kind of shepherding in this new era. Since 2011, they've been doing the New 52. Now they're not, because they've done this event called Convergence, and now they have the New 52 universe, but now they have every other universe as well. Mm-hmm. So the new look is basically Harley Quinn New 52-ish, basically. That's the best way that I can state it. Also, it's this.
If they wanted to make it like a more modern one, I would love the Harley Quinn from like the Arkham games, where she's wearing like the weird the corset or like the big, like
the Harley Quinn outfit. I don't know where that is. But the thing is, the main thing about this is that we honestly, like, I mean, if I'm thinking about it as a film in a connected universe, which is going to be with Batman v Superman, there's a huge element here that we're not, like, people aren't really talking about at length, and they should be. Is, well, first off,
killing Robin.
Well, first off, in that version of Batman, and I mean, I think a lot of people already know that it's based off the Dark Knight Returns version of Batman. So Batman has probably been gone out of Gotham and the DC universe for 10 years, or in self-exile.
He's retired, more or less.
Yeah, so that question remains, is what has Joker been doing in that 10 years? Because obviously Joker isn't dead, as far as we can tell. And I honestly don't believe, some people have this bullshit rumor going around that this new Joker is honestly just Jason Todd, and that's why he has all the tattoos on him and stuff like that, but I think that's complete bullshit. One, Jared Leto is the same age as Ben Affleck. He just looks younger, for one, but...
I don't want that.
No, I don't want that either. No one wants that, because the first Batman movie they want right after this is going to be the Red Hood, and they can't have Jason Todd Joker. That would be fucking retarded. So
is that really where they want to go?
No. That's not what. No, that's just a bullshit rumor. People have. They think
I
that.
would be excited for that. That would be fun.
Yeah, people thought that that's why.
Red Hood.
Yeah. Well, no, and that's what I think. I think they're going to be building towards Red Hood, and I think if they did that with the Jason Todd or Jared Leto being Jason Todd Joker, that'd be fucking retarded. Because in some iterations in the comics, like, one of the Robins would get manipulated and turn into Joker. Okay. So back to Harley Quinn. See, the thing is, we don't know what Joker's been doing in the 10 years that Batman has been gone. Not only that, we're not sure, I mean, it's not stated exactly how long Harley has been around. From the trailer, we can assume that we're going to obviously see her origin in this universe. We're going to see it happen. We're going to see her get made, so to speak. The main thing that...
With so many characters, how many origin stories can you have?
Well, honestly,
and so
okay,
brief for so many characters, though.
Hold on. Look, I'm just saying. Let's be clear here. Like, this is pretty much this is pretty much like a low-key Batman movie in disguise.
It's a hodgepodge of characters that they throw together.
We're primarily probably going to see stuff of Will Smith's character Deadshot. We're going to see stuff of Harley Quinn. Yeah, we're going to see Harley Quinn. We're going to see stuff about Joker. And then I feel
a 5-second montage of Killer Croc, like.
Yeah, and then we're probably gonna see stuff about the girl Enchantress who's going to be in there, because I think she's going to be the villain. But everybody else is going to be like minimal. They're not going to be. They're not going to be as
like,
big.
Oh, here's the file on this guy, and like 30-second like flashback in black and white, be like, oh, this guy did this, blah blah blah.
But the main thing I want to state here is we don't know how long, even in this universe, Harley Quinn and Joker have even been together. They've been together for a little while, because we know that there's a scene like where he gets out of a car and like slaps her when she's in human disguise or whatever you want to call it.
Well, that's also in the trailer. In the trailer, they said that that in the trailer scene was the Joker.
Driving.
I'm gonna kill you. This is just going to hurt really bad.
So that...
Apparently, the rumor has it is that he's torturing Harley Quinn.
No, he totally is. I've seen the trailer several times, and it is her, because there's a scene where she's strapped in, like, looking up at Joker.
Like, there's that whole scene where it's like, oh, okay.
This is a huge difference, though, because in the original comics, she basically was manipulated by him through therapy sessions.
Well, originally she was created for the cartoon show.
Oh yes, yes, but I'm saying what happened was that she was made first in the cartoon show, and then between the Batman animated series,
her original appearance in the comic books.
I'm just saying between her time in the animated series and then the new Batman Adventures, where they had all the new looks and stuff. Bruce Timm and Paul Dini went to the Batman Adventures, and they made the origin of Harley Quinn in the comics. So her origin actually was in the comics first. I mean, not her creation, but her origin. And then they interpreted into the animated series later. But in both those iterations, she was manipulated by Joker through therapy sessions to the point where she fell in love with him, basically. Yeah. Now, granted, that was also like a kid-type version. I mean, granted, with adult undertones. Now in this version,
it's like reverse Stockholm syndrome.
Basically, yeah. And in this version, it looks like what's going to happen is either she'll have him as a patient, or he's going to come into Arkham and just or be trying to escape.
Maybe she's already another convict.
Maybe.
And he just.
No, I think she's going to be a psychiatrist because she's in. I think she's in the lab coat and the glasses and the professional.
Maybe she just likes it. Some ladies like it that way.
She gets strapped down, and from what it looks like, she's going to get shock treatment. And the theory is that Joker's going.
Shock treatment? It's fun.
Joker's going to basically break her, and he's going to break down her psyche and just remake her. Now I don't know what that has to do with Batman. It's hard to say, or because primarily we're not 100% sure when it happens. We do know that it's her and him as their couple when Batman's on that car when they're doing a getaway or something.
I saw that.
Yeah, but we can assume that scene happens after Batman v Superman because Batman is out of retirement now.
Anyways,
so
we're getting too focused on Joker and Harley Quinn.
Okay, so the rest of the film, how do you feel about it? At least from the trailer, anyway.
Will Smith, anything Will Smith touches is gold, even if it's bad. So
After Earth, even.
I'm sure it still made some money.
I think it must have. He's still making movies, Shyamalan, for some reason.
Yeah, he's still. I'm sorry, Will Smith still anything he touches is gold. But the costume for him looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see with the performances. We haven't seen anything for really a performance for any of the characters. The trailer really didn't show too much.
Yeah, honestly, and this is the best way that I can state this because I was saying
I'm excited for it, but I'm not holding my breath because we still haven't seen much for it.
I want to state this, and this is very clear. Like I was trying to say earlier, when I saw that first shot, the first still that they released of the whole crew together, I said, "This looks terrible."
It seems like the thing I'll say is, it seems like all of the cast seems like they were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
all of them seemed like they were having a lot of fun filming the movie. So therefore, there must be a good positive energy about filming it. So therefore, it must be a good movie because if you're filming something and everybody's having a shit time, they're not going to be happy about it. So therefore, it must be a good movie.
So I want to rewind here. I just want to rewind here because, like I said, when I saw that first still, before anything really had come out, not even the Joker photo hadn't come out yet, I said this looks terrible because I was expecting more. Now I wouldn't say colorful necessarily, but something closer, comic book looking wise than what we got. But then the Joker photo came out.
You wanted yellow spandex?
I don't. No, shut up. But then the Joker photo came out, and I'm like, okay, this looks even worse. And then the trailer came out. And when the trailer officially came out, well, I would say officially, but the Comic-Con version did. The
trailer was creepy.
That's what I was just floored by the trailer. Because trailers can put you off to the side. They can show a totally different movie. I remember rewatching the Spider-Man 3 trailer over and over again. We all know how that movie came out. But I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood here. But basically, the trailer floored me. I was amazed at how different everything was going. But I don't know. Everything pretty much kind of matched up to now I understood why everything looked the way it did. I understood how that was. Granted, I'm still not a huge fan of the face tattoos on Joker, let alone most of them, but it is what it is at this point.
Before, I'm a huge Joker fan, and I do not agree with pretty much anything about this new Joker, but I'm still going to give it a chance.
Yeah.
Because yes, I still have not seen the movie. I'm still not sold on it.
I will say this. If he didn't have any of that tattoos, if you put him up against the wall and you took away all the tattoos, everything on his body on the tattoos there, he would look pretty much like the Grant Morrison version of the Joker in the
He was
comics.
like a great Joker, but
Yeah. Okay.
it's still upsetting that I'm just like, at first I thought it was like a joke, like an April Fool's joke, or like something like
Yeah, because it was
to make press to like get people talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, that's how he looks. And I was just like, why?
Yeah, I know. So,
but you know what? Like, okay.
this not to concentrate more on the Joker again, but this gets back to what I was talking about earlier, because we don't know what the Joker's been doing in the 10 years that Batman has been gone.
Yeah.
I don't know where the tattoos came from. I assume maybe he put them on himself. Maybe like, okay, well, first off, I want to state this for clear to people.
Maybe he just went more insane in prison and was like, let's put tattoos on me.
He got bored, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we know for a fact.
Maybe he just likes the paint.
We know for a fact the so-called grill that everyone keeps going on about. If you look in the trailer, you can see a close-up.
It's actually like Wrigley's gum that he just like takes the tin foil and like puts it on his teeth.
For
like,
some,
hey, look it! It's actually, oh look it! I got the grill.
So the theory is, and I totally 100% agree with this, is that Batman found Joker's dead body. He found Joker and just beat the living crap
teeth out of him.
and literally like beat his. And he's knocked his teeth out even in the animated series.
That would actually make more sense, and I would like it.
See, and the teeth are explained, but we can figure that part out. The tattoos, we don't know where they come from, and I hope they explain the tattoos.
Batman found him again and then tattooed him.
He got damage on his
with
forehead.
a rusty needle.
But dude, for all we honestly know is that, like, with Batman gone, Joker has stated before,
Maybe he got bored.
He got bored and he has no punchline. Yeah. Maybe he had someone just tattoo damage because that's how Batman left him. I don't know. We don't fucking know. So, but at this point, I'm willing to give the film a chance. And I would say, too, I know we got 4 seconds of performance of Leto's Joker there, but that being said, I do want to say one last thing before we move on. Viola Davis is Amanda Waller. That is, people don't know who Amanda Waller is. You need to watch anything Justice League related on the cartoon show. She is a class 1 cunt character, but she is like but she is like the
language.
She is literally like the anti-hero of like the DC universe, because she's pretty much for the government, taking down the Justice League if need be. She is by the book, but she's a hardcore bitch. And Viola Davis totally nailed that character in just that one scene alone. I can't wait to see like what else she does in that movie, but it's gonna be that gave me that was a perfect scene.
All right, we got like 8 minutes before it's like an hour.
Well, that's fine. Podcasts are a long
I'd like
time.
to keep it
It's our first podcast.
Come on, let's just keep it like the hour.
Why?
Oh, I don't know.
You talk till goddamn 1 a.m. about this stuff sometime. All right. Anyway, all right. KJ's getting cold feet apparently. I don't know why.
I'm not getting cold feet. Just nobody's gonna sit here for like an hour podcast.
We don't know. We don't know. There could be people out there who haven't tuned out yet. Well, who knows? Anyway,
nobody's tuned in yet. This is the first one.
Shut up. All right. Anyway, that's my final thoughts on Suicide Squad. I honestly am more optimistic going in than I would have been, say, with the new Fantastic Four film.
For Batman, Superman,
yeah,
Suicide
and that's
Squad.
fair. Okay.
For my
and that's fair.
Not liking DC too much.
Okay, well that's fair. That's fair. Strangely enough, though, and this is the weirdest thing, Suicide Squad has more views on YouTube than the Batman v Superman trailer. That shocked me. That I didn't think that was possible. All right. Anyway, now this one.
More chicks trying to get a Harley Quinn costume.
Maybe. Okay, so last subject of the night. This one we've barely seen any footage of, apart from stuff online that's been talked about or even leaked, but really there haven't been much.
Or just teaser posters.
Yeah. So Civil War. Okay, I'm gonna state the obvious here. Well, first off, I'm glad that it's a Captain America film. Though I kind of just feel if Marvel wanted to do Civil War, they should have just made it an event film rather than making it through the eyes of one character. But that being said, I honestly feel that this was just going to be another Captain America film, and then Batman v Superman got announced, and they're like, well, we need to make a version of that to compete with DC.
I disagree with you on that, because they were already leading up to it. All the stuff with like Age of Ultron and like Cap and Iron Man already butting heads all the time and everything.
Well, Iron Man does that anyway, but okay.
Yes, true, but it was more pronounced.
I just find the timing a bit off. I'm just saying, like, it's almost too coincidental. But okay, I can see your point, and I will say
I can see where you're doing that, but like I feel like the Civil War movie was
building. I don't know.
I feel like it was building up already because they're already butting heads on like who wants to like lead. Because
Okay.
Tony Stark is a douche, and he wants to leave.
Yeah, and
But, like,
the only reason that people love
the-
Tony Stark is
the-
because of Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, of course. Like,
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. like sells it, and he's pretty, he's gorgeous, he's attractive, and like you want to marry him. Like I want to marry him. Like whatever.
Gay.
Hey,
Kidding.
I
I honestly don't. If you want to marry Robert Downey Jr., go right ahead.
I'd rather do Patrick Harris. Thank you very much.
All right, well, fine. Sorry, I don't know what your sexual fantasies are.
But seriously, like leading up to it, they had already butt heads in the first Avengers movie. They were already butting heads.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
And
Okay.
then
And then in the second one, they're still butting heads.
Still butting heads even more. But like, I feel like that the sarcastic lines was like, "Oh no, I'm not in charge. I just pay for everything, make everything look better, build everything." Like that sarcastic line. I mean, that was him being like the passive aggressive bitch, just being like, "Oh no, I don't lead this team. He does. I just do everything." Like that's them. They're again.
Tony's just sad that his dad had a better friendship with Cap than he did him.
Right, but like.
But it's true though.
Tony Stark is the playboy who lives life to excess and like does everything more or less. Whereas Steve Rogers is the one who's like for the greater good and like one person can make a difference. And like Tony,
who will you be rooting for in Civil War?
Bring like 40 robots with me.
Yeah,
like,
and that's probably why Captain America has
so,
title
like,
in the first place.
It has been building up. Like yes, the timing is odd to be Batman vs Superman, Iron Man vs Captain America. Yeah, the timing is. Obviously, maybe they pushed it quicker than like what they were. Than they would have.
Yeah.
Maybe they were building up.
Well, the thing is,
Phase 4. They were building up to Civil War.
Well, the thing is,
maybe they pushed it ahead. I don't know.
I mean, let's get off movies here and talk actual comics for a second. But I mean, obviously, you and I are
Civil War in the comic books.
I was gonna say, like you and I are.
They can't do half the shit.
That's the thing.
In the comic books and the movies.
That's the problem that I have with it mainly too. I mean, granted, obviously I'm going to go see it. You know, I'm going to go see it.
They're going to stick to like the core characters, but like half of the stuff that happens, like they're not.
They can't do.
They're not going to make a clone of Thor. That's not going to happen. Tony Stark is not going to make a clone of Thor, which happens in Civil War.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, but I'm just saying that
Goliath, aka Ant-Man, is not going to die. Like
no, but I mean, granted, like some stuff shouldn't happen. Obviously, like I don't think Spider-Man should unmask himself the second that he gets made.
Wolverine is not going to be involved in it because he's involved in Civil War. Like
yeah, no, and I mean, but
that's a great panel too, though, when like it only hurts for the first 900 degrees, like or whatever he says, like when like the guy explodes and like the SWAT team dies and he just like burns to death.
Good old Wolverine, always burning to death. Anyway, but I'm saying, what I'm saying is yes, like you and I both know that I love the comic and stuff. I guess what I'm saying is like I'm not against them having Civil War. I'm just saying maybe I think they could have waited and done it later and made it better because there would have been more characters to do.
It would have been so much better if they actually had like the licensing and the rights to the X-Men.
Yeah.
Because and the Fantastic Four in the Civil War. Oh my God! Like
let's not even.
Fantastic Four and X-Men are crucial to the whole.
You're just going to get me depressed. You're just going to get me depressed at this point.
You picked out the topics. Come on, like
I'm just saying.
You wanted us to talk about this stuff. Like no, but like
yeah.
Both of them because the Fantastic Four are so out in the open and public, which is why they side with more or less they signed with Tony Stark. I think the Thing stays on one side and like the rest.
Well, the thing is too. This is the funniest part about Reed Richards is that he is also.
Reed Richards is another douchebag.
He's another asshole. It's just the difference is he's not a showboat like Tony is.
Yeah.
He's just more. He's much more. What's the term? Introverted than Tony is. But yeah. Even in Marvel Zombies, I was just reading Marvel Zombies the other day, and it's a different Reed Richards, but pretty much.
Did you get to the part where they go to like an alternate universe, where it's just them four that go to the alternate universe?
I think maybe all right. But what I'm saying is basically Reed Richards in one universe infects himself with the zombie virus because he thinks it's like the better version, and then he infects the rest of the Fantastic Four without even consulting them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are we sure Reed Richards isn't the villain in this? I mean, granted, this is all. It's not the 616 Reed Richards.
I've always appreciated and admired Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom, in a different light.
He got the fat goals.
Well, I want there probably already is, but I want there to be like a universe where they go to where Doctor Doom is the good guy and Reed Richards is as actually the villain.
I'm sure they've already done it.
I know.
Multiple times.
I know they have. I know they probably have. I want to read it though. I got told you I'm still catching up on a lot of Fantastic Four. So okay, so Civil War. But okay, what are your expectations for the film? Like
movie
what?
Civil War. All right, let's go.
What do you want to see?
Civil War. I'm interested to see. My big thing that I'm interested to see in movie Civil War is Vision.
Oh,
Vision.
Well, what do you want to see Vision do?
Because he's like brand new character who's innocent, who's naive, who's pure, more or less. Like right now in the movie cinematic universe,
yeah,
he's innocent, he's pure. Who is he? Is he going to side with Tony Stark just because he's mostly Jarvis? What's he gonna do? Who is he going to side with? Like where does his allegiance lie in this combat? Does he side with people who think like, oh no, I think people should have their privacy, or oh no, I'm going to side with Mr. Stark because Mr. Stark is like my father.
I'm pretty sure that what they're gonna do, if they do, obviously they're gonna have to talk about Vision. I think they're gonna do what people don't expect is these like Tony's going to get betrayed by him, or he not like stab in the back type deal, but he's going to be like, well no, I can't stay with you, Tony. I have to go with Cap because what Cap is right. And then Tony's gonna get pissed about it.
Yeah, like where does that? That's why I'm saying like I'm excited about that whole entire conflict because I'm like, where's it gonna go?
Well, see, here's the thing for people who don't know.
Then again, Spider-Man. I'm sorry, like elephant in the
room. No, Spider-Man
is now going to be in it because they kind of got the rights to him, whatever the case that is.
Yeah, well, no, he's gonna appear in Civil War and then he's gonna have his own movie afterwards.
Yes,
but
we know that. But like, what scale? Are we just gonna get like a scene or two? Is he going to be a part? Is he going to be...
He's probably going to have to choose a side or something. He probably might even be like the little...
Again, going back to the comic books, Spider-Man is like another one of those crucial characters in the Civil War storyline.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like, give us something. Give us
I
more
think,
than just like...
I think what's going to happen is...
Marvel cameo.
I think what's going to happen is...
It needs to be more than just like Stan Lee putting books away in like a case. Like,
I think what's going to happen is I think Vision is going to take the place of what Spider-Man was in the comics and that thing, like because he's a new character, he's pivotal to both Tony and Cap in both a team aspect because he's also a very powerful character.
Well, then again, it's not an Avengers movie, so I'm wondering if they include Thor.
It's pretty much going to be an Avengers movie.
But
I mean, with more Captain America.
Thor? Do you think they're going to include? Hulk is not.
It depends.
They've already said that Hulk is.
Well, Hulk, they're holding off for something different. But
then again,
Thor,
Civil War, Hulk wasn't really in Civil War.
The thing is too, we're not sure where Thor is going to be because we don't know.
Ragnarok.
Well, Ragnarok will happen. Well, technically, the movie Ragnarok will come out after Civil War, but we don't know at what point in time the Ragnarok will take place in time with relation to Civil War. So we don't know. We don't know what he's going to be doing. But I don't know the way I see it.
Like, come on, where's Howard the Duck in all this?
Seth Green's even joked about that's never going to basically happen as a movie. But
I was just making a joke.
Oh, I know. But there's so Vision I think will take the place of what Spider-Man was in the actual comics. This is the thing too. People forget if you've never read the Civil War comic. At the end of Civil War, it is a downer ending. Basically, Tony Stark wins. Captain America loses in Civil War, and that's what
Captain America gives himself up because he's the better man.
He does. But technically, Tony, if you want to do it, Tony in quotations wins. Now, granted, in the comic, that led to the death of Captain America, and Tony is even more of a dick after that point. Honestly, if it wasn't for the Matt Fraction run, like there wouldn't have been too much of Tony redeeming himself. Honestly, I think there was also I don't know. I know I'm forgetting other stuff too. I'm pretty sure there's.
We know that. Well, at least as far as I know, Chris Evans is still slated to be in Infinity Wars.
Yeah. There's
Cap isn't gonna die.
There's talk up in the air. There's people saying that that they're gonna do. They want Bucky.
Like the screenshots and the posters, Bucky is Winter Soldier. Bucky is back for Civil War.
Yeah.
So we know he's back. So
yeah.
Maybe they're just throwing us through a loop, and maybe Bucky becomes the new Cap.
For people who don't know what this is about, is basically in the comics when Captain America died for a short period of time, Bucky took over as Captain America, and everyone loved that run as well. So they're trying to see where that goes and whatnot.
Right now, I think isn't Falcon in the comic?
Yeah, Falcon currently is the new Captain America for a little while. I don't know where Steve and Bucky are because I'm still catching up on the modern Marvel stuff. But yeah. Anyway, Civil War in general, I feel has potential to be good. The best part about it is that the Russo brothers are back directing. I was very skeptical of them when they took on Winter Soldier. I was like, the guys who did
it'll be very interesting. The aftermath of Civil War will be great.
Yeah,
because everybody's coming back for Infinity Wars.
Pretty much,
so
but
the aftermath it'll be like, all right, how do they like bury the hatchet? How do they become team again?
Pretty much. It's Infinity War 1 is going to.
I'm so sorry about all of that shit where I was trying to kill you. Like,
it's okay, buddy. Like, it's going to be all of them coming together. Then they're going to pretty much get destroyed by Thanos, and then part 2 will be about them coming back from Thanos.
Hey guys, I got a cool mitten.
Yeah, like, pretty much right after their meeting of shaking hands and making out or whatever the fuck they're going to be doing. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still interested. Like I said, the Russo brothers. I thought, really, the guys who did Yumi and Dupree doing a Captain America film. All right, and it turned out to be the best one. So there you go. But yeah, them doing that and then themselves doing the Infinity Wars will be cool too. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited either way. I'm excited for all these movies. I think 2016 is going to be a really intense, awesome year for comic book movies. Yeah,
especially comic book movies.
Yeah, it'll be.
Every other movies, they can all just go to hell.
Yeah.
All those other blockbusters that are going to come out, fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm only worried about the comic book ones now.
I'm gonna miss out seeing Vin Diesel in the last Witch Hunter movie. I mean,
the Last Woodchuck.
The Last Woodchuck.
Vin Diesel, the Last Woodchuck.
Good God. All right. So, any closing thoughts, or are you all set for the night? Have you?
Deadpool would kill all of them.
Yes, it's
he
called.
He has done that.
I was gonna say it's called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and you can pick it up.
Deadpool versus Superman. The movie. There's like a 4-part movie I would love to see. I'm
sorry. He would unless he has a kryptonite grenade. You have to get a kryptonite grenade because if you tried it with all regular Deadpool weapons, Superman would be like, okay, and then brush it off.
Multiverse Deadpool versus Superman. He just gets multiple of him through multiple universes to fight Superman.
Wow.
I'd pay to see it.
Yeah, a lot of people would. What was I going to say?
Zombie Pool.
All right. Anyway, I'll be looking forward to seeing both. I mean, if we're talking DC versus Marvel, I'll be looking equally, pretty much.
I respect them all.
Yeah,
they're all good. I mean, I lean more towards Marvel, but I can still respect DC.
Yeah, you're gonna be looking more forward to Civil War. I'm gonna be looking more forward to Batman v Superman. But they're both gonna be good.
I love looking more forward. Like.
All right. Anyway,
even if it isn't Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I wish it
was.
Well,
it's still Deadpool.
It still looks good.
The best part is
it'll be like the saving grace of Fox.
The best part is if Deadpool, like if they ever auction or the Fox does the deal and they give the X-Men to Marvel to use. Well, you and I both know that Deadpool will make jokes about his earlier appearances in other films. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's already making fun of him being Green Lantern. Like,
it's gonna be
trailer. Like, don't make me green or animated. Like,
it'll be great. All right, so anyway, that's it. We got a little over an hour here, so we're just gonna go back and listen and hope for the best on this. And anyway, this is our first podcast, Nerdsupernova. I am Paul Michaels.
Be gentle, be kind. It's the first one.
Oh God! All right, and this is my co-host, as always, KJ McDermott.
I'm KJ McDermott.
Yes, we know.
I like saying my name.
All right. Adios.